Divine and royal greetings, family. Shayola Benta here, along with Coach Shantae Wilkerson, and we are a part of the Emerald Green Collective. Yay! On another beautiful Friday, Coach Shantae just said it's about to be 90 degrees where she is out there in Alabama. I was going to say Alabama, but it didn't sound right or feel right. But then it came out. And it's a crisp yet sunny uh, Richmond, Virginia. And we are so happy to be before you for another episode of Build Through Broadcast. So, woohoo, right? Today's today's broadcast really is the
healing because you went through the process to tear it down. So as we continue to do these broadcasts, if all you can do is tune into the broadcast and post your questions in the chat, do that. If
Mhm.
you are ready to go ahead and invest in a consultation for yourself, dive in and schedule your consultation. We've got the information in the banner because this is real deal. This is health. This is my bonus dad, my youngest brother's father, was the man that raised him, and he dropped dead. It was one of the worst experiences that my family had ever gone through. And I'll spare all the details. But when he died, I had to go back and I was like, okay, what did we? Because a healthy person doesn't just drop. They
Mm.
they don't. They do not just drop. Now,
Mhm.
while my mom dad was not a melanated person, his death really got me thinking about things because one of the things that I noticed was that he was retaining fluid. I didn't pay attention to it very much at the time, but when he died, I noticed it because I was going back through my memory bank of all the times that I had gone by and seen him. And I was like, the last 2 to 3 times I saw him, he went from having, his tall, slender, well, he wasn't a skinny person, but he had like a slim face,
Mm.
to now his face is really puffy and his body is really puffy and he's looking just a little bit off. But I
Mm.
didn't think too much of it. I thought, oh, he's just getting old. And,
Mm.
this happens when you get old, your face starts to droop, da 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 da. Da. But in hindsight, it was all those years of pasta, lasagnas laced with cheese and meat and sausages and the ice cream and all of the different things that he liked to eat. Going through the drive-through fast food restaurant, get 4 and 5 sandwiches, large fry, and Dr. Pepper, because that was his Dr. Pepper was his bag.
Mm.
And just years and years and years of eating like that really took its toll on him. And when he got close to the end, he started thinking about making changes to his life. But
Mhm.
if you've gone down a path for so long, when you make that decision, you really got to get on top of it because that damage is done. The decision is great. The decision is a beautiful starting point, but the action has to be rapid coming behind it because you don't know how far gone you are with the damage done to your body because that damage is on a cellular level. This
Right.
is not, you most of us are not going to eat something one time and then have cancer the next. That's not how that happens. It's a progressive activity.
I like what you said. Not only does it have to be rapid, it has to be radical, right? It has to be a radical change. And, even for myself, I realized that, you know, I desired a diet that just allowed me to eat whatever I want when I want it. And
Yeah.
my body was like, nah. Bankruptcy was like, I mean, okay. But all of that, those doctor bills and hospital visits just got to be too much. And it's just like, okay, you're going to pay one way or another. And I definitely recognize, a lot of people are in this part of the world, well, probably all over the world, are in survival mode. So before they can even think about, okay, whether or not it's healthy, it's just like, I need to survive, you know? So getting to a space where we know perhaps how to eat from the land, what to eat. I know one thing that I didn't know, it's growing and it grows rapidly. Two things. I don't it's not so much here on this property, but my old house, we had so much dandelion. But I didn't think to, you know, pull it up and clean it
Yeah.
and, clean out my liver. But wood sorrel, I never thought, I didn't even know that wood sorrel was a thing. I mean, of course, you have to have all things in moderation, but,
Right.
I really, really feel that this education is key. And it's a lot of our parents and grandparents that I feel needs that penetration
Oh,
of, we have to look at things differently, because being, I may have this and I have that, but you eat poorly, right? Which shows a level of your decision making skills. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, I don't necessarily have to do this because I'm doing that. Or because I have this, I don't have to eat the way that other people are eating. But it's just like she said, we get the signs, and you even said it, but we ignore them because we want to do what it is that we want to do with this
absolutely.
technology that's like, no, you can't do that and do it consistently and consecutively and think that a pill or whatever is just gonna heal it, right? Because there's a root, there's even a reason why, you're eating the way that you're eating. Last night I
Mhm.
did a demonstration, and the young lady asked, like, when I'm nearing my cycle, I notice that my food picks up, or my desire for sweets. What do I do? So, in part, in telling her what she could do, it's also check in with your emotions, right? Because if you're craving sweets, you know, you are um, very well, it could be so many other things that are that is going on with you. If you're craving the ice cream, let's just say, uh, that dairy could be that you're craving nurture, you're craving the love. If you are craving the flesh, it could be, anger. So I'm saying all that to say, looking at the where you are emotionally really plays a part. If you're craving a bunch of carbs, what area in your life do you feel unfulfilled or void, and you're trying to fill it and stuff it with things that won't leave you, insatiated. You're still going to be hungry, and you got no nutrition. So it's just extra weight, that we're adding on for, no reason at all. So, you know, she said that our bodies are delicate machines. This
Oh,
is nanotechnology, so it's like a computer. If you're just piling it up with junk, eventually it's not going to work. I.e., my phone. I have so much, not saying that it's junk, but I have so much stuff on my phone that it was just like, no, we're not doing anymore. And we need you to clean us out and create space. So that, so that, and that's the same way that the body works, but we just, don't look at it. I was reading today, like, just the necessity for rest and for sleep. And some people will say stuff like, well, I'll sleep when I die. But how fair is it to your body that it doesn't have a moment to rejuvenate and relax and have a time to even show up for you if you're like, no, I don't, I'm not going to sleep. I don't want to sleep. And for me, I don't know what happened. I love a good nap. I love my sleep. I do. I want a
same
full,
here.
nothing less than 5 hours would suit this avatar or this mod. I have conditioned myself to get a minimum. Now I can go as far as 8. I don't need to do 8, but I don't desire to skimp on the sleep either, because it really brings on mental fogginess. It brings on, you know, just not great choices because you're not operating in your full capacity. So, you know, this education definitely is key. And of course we will continue to do all that we can, to make it happen. Oh, it was something else that she brought up. She said the vegan community is really going to feel it. And I concur. A few years ago, so I have my ebook, which I've pulled, right? Working on that second edition. And I'm like, I have to get this book out. I was looking at it today. I think vegans are more susceptible, and people that are coming into a plant-based life will get really caught up in all that processed food, the breads, all of the things trying to mimic a lifestyle that they were trying to get away from. The sodium, which is that salt retention, and all of the things.
Yeah,
So I just hope that people really, educate themselves before they fall into the trends of,
right,
oh, I'm
right.
vegan. I'm vegan now. I'm vegan. I'm vegan. What does that actually mean? Because veganism really is, and I said for myself, I'm just not going to even subscribe to the word. But are you wearing leather shoes, leather bags? What are your clothes made out of? Because all of that is a part of the process. It's not just what you're feeding, it's what you're wearing. It's a whole situation. But I can see vegans, plant-based, that community really finding themselves in a hole
Yeah.
because of following trends. What say you?
I am certainly in agreement with that. So back in 2021, um, I added meal prep service, meal delivery to my business. And my idea, my concept with my food was for my food to be a bridge for people to come from the standard American diet into a plant-based whole food. So the
Mm-hmm.
majority of my meals would be like my proteins would be like the beans and lentils, quinoa, and wild rice, all that kind of stuff, just from the plants, chickpeas, and so on and so forth. But then occasionally I did use like beyond field roast sauce. Now,
Mm-hmm.
those are things, of course, you want to use in moderation. Excuse me, because those are processed food.
Mm-hmm.
Any processed food, no matter whether it is a plant-based food, vegan food, or a standard diet food, that's not going to be good for you. The
Right.
objective for all of us, anybody that is seeking to have more, more, or excuse me, less flesh on their plate, should be striving to have more plants on their plate, not necessarily substitute for the things that were previously being. Now, that's
Mm-hmm.
not to say that everybody has the wherewithal mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, and financially to just cold turkey quit the standard American diet and start making black bean burgers on day one. There is a learning curve you have to go through in order to get to a place where you can prepare the foods that you need to,
Mm-hmm.
or find restaurants or other means that will serve the new diet and lifestyle that you have. But
Mm-hmm.
it is extremely important not to go into that state where you feel like, I love ribs, so I need a vegan rib substitute. I love
Mm-hmm.
hot dogs, so I need a vegan hot dog. I love fried chicken, so I need a vegan fried chicken substitute. I love seafood, so I need a vegan seafood substitute. And like have a whole notebook full of like, this company makes this as a substitute for this, and I can make this, put this, da 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 da. Now it's fun to experiment and explore,
It
but be
is.
open to experiment and explore with more whole foods, plant-based options, because that is going to be more sustainable for your body. Because remember,
Mm.
on a cellular level, that's where our body is using what we're putting into it. So if you're putting a bunch of stuff into your body that has preservatives and chemicals and things with names so long that it takes two lines on the back of the package for them to put that ingredient on there, your cell on a cellular level as going through your digestive, assimilating into your body, into your blood, into your cells, that is where you are going to find where the rubber meets the road. And just
Mm,
because you, again, don't eat something today and get cancer tomorrow, something today and have high blood pressure tomorrow, doesn't mean that it is not impacting on that level.
mm.
So we really got to reshape the way we think about food, reshape the way we think about our body, and do a 21-day detox, do a 7-day detox, do a 14-day, do
Do
something
three.
to get to do. I was gonna say that too. Do a 3-day detox. Do something just to jumpstart your body so that you can see for yourself what is going on in your body. Because one thing that I found when I did my very first detox, I didn't realize how sick I was because I got accustomed to the symptoms that I was feeling. So it felt
Mm,
normal to be sick. So when
mhm.
those symptoms went away from the detox and I felt the difference, it was like a wow. So how sick was I really that I didn't notice all of these things going on because they don't have to be going on. I'm experiencing it on this side. These things don't have to happen. I've eliminated these things over here, but it was happening over here. And the only difference was XYZ. So how
Right?
sick was I really? And then after the detox, of course, you want to not start putting all of that stuff back into your body because you go back to this side over here, and that's not what we're trying to accomplish. So be mindful of that as
Wow. That's definitely real in the field. You know, they say the average person has 7 to 11 diseases that they've just become accustomed to living with, you know, and I definitely was a part of that crew. Now, I would love to say that, you know, I'm 100% disease free, but I live in the world, you know, and especially in an urban environment with all of the emissions and things that are happening, it is always a need to, you know, clean out. Like it is just necessary. No matter what your diet is, cleaning out, especially from season to season,
well.
is necessary. You know, some people may have the onset of symptoms at the change of seasons, and that is a sign that a detox or a fast is needed, right? Just
Absolutely.
getting rid of everything that was accumulated in that previous season and preparing, you know, for the new one. So I'm definitely a proponent for cleaning it up and cleaning it out. And we know that 3 days you get a new stomach, right? So just taking your time and, you know, eliminating some things. I love that she said that melon is for melanin. And most people, well, let me not say most people because I don't know that to be true. But I will speak for myself. I didn't realize before my journey how important it was to eat to promote and fortify melanin, which is really everything. That's the intelligence, that's the creative side, and everyone has, even if a drop, you know, human of melanin in them. So to have an alkaline diet, to have something that is less acidic is going to make sense, you know. When she said the cancer comes from flesh, right? And you have these societies and things like that that will advocate that you not have a thing, or these are the studies, but then they'll have recipes that have that are laced with the very things that they said that you know you shouldn't have. We just have to be mindful. We have to be mindful. But we are coming up towards the close of this recording, and it's been amazing. If you perhaps I can go back and put the link for that video, or you could just watch this again, you know, and get it. But we have to really start educating ourselves for ourselves and not leaving our health specifically in the hands of the doctors, right? And no shade to doctors, but what I'm finding out with them is that they too have their health challenges, you know. So we have to be, you know, no one's exempt. So we want to get in where we fit in with our education. Any last words, closing words, Coach Shante?
Um, I want to close out with a bit of health information. So
Okay.
if you are looking for something to jumpstart your health and wellness, of course, I'm going to recommend Queen of Fool's book, The Heal Thyself book for health and longevity.
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend specifically for the gentleman, the Man Heal Thyself book. You
Mm-hmm.
can get most of these on Amazon. I would also recommend the acid alkaline diet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then one more. I think this one, the mucusless diet healing system.
Ooh, that looks good. Ooh, I
There
have
are,
one. I have one.
yes,
Hold
show it
on.
to
Let me see if I could take it down without my plant is up here. And I know she's like, Child, you gonna stop moving me.
me.
Melanin is worth more than gold.
Oh, I need to get that one.
This is, we're the true asset, y'all, and we have to care for ourselves in such a way. We can have all the things, but it means nothing at all if we have no time or if we have no health. So,
Very, very factual. And that's all I wanted to share. If you are, no matter what stage of your journey you are on, um, there is help available for you. Once the decision is made, start taking action. Pay attention to what you're doing on a day to day basis. Even if you start with something as simple as drinking more water, the recommended amount is half of your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 130 pounds, you want to be drinking 65 ounces a day of water, pure water, pure spring water, alkaline water, but pure water nevertheless. Of course, you can drink teas and all that kind of stuff along with it, but you want to get that 64 ounces or whatever half your body weight in ounces of water. Do that. Add a salad to your day. One salad a day, two salads a day, some kind of raw or steamed vegetable. Add that. Small incremental changes do add up over time. And of course, book a consultation with us. We'd be happy to assist you with reaching your wellness goals. Go to the emeraldgreencollective.com, click on book a consultation, and just get on in there. You can read the bios for all of our collective holistic practitioners and just schedule your time. Get in there, do your health questionnaire to when you book your consultation, put in your health goals. Let us know how we can assist you in moving from your point A to point B. Of course, any of the books that we have shared today, you can get any of those to assist you on your journey because it is a journey of self discovery. You have to unlearn and learn. And we are definitely here to support. So get on the schedule, come check us out, share the broadcast with your friends, and let's build some whole and help.
all right. It sounds like, can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay. Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you. It sounded like it went out. Well, that is all that we have for this week, folks. We'll see you next week, Friday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the platform. Until then, peace, light, and wholeness.